And we're good to go.
Thank you, Dave. Good morning. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission agenda setting meeting number 167. I'm Jordan Maynard. I'm serving as interim chair for the Gaming Commission. This meeting is being held virtually, so we are going to do a roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning. I am here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning. I'm here.
And good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
It is approximately 10:17 a.m. on April 17th, 2024. Let's go ahead and start with item number 2. And for that, we have 2 sets of minutes. Commissioners, did everyone have time to review? I know they came in yesterday. Okay. We're going to separate them. I believe that one commissioner was not able to make one of the meetings. So commissioners, I move that the commission approve the February 21st, 2024 agenda setting minutes included in the commissioner's packet and discussed here today, subject to any necessary corrections for typographical errors and other non-material matters.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Skinner. Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
And I'm yes, 4-0. Moving on to the next set, commissioners. I move that the commission approve the March 6, 2024 agenda setting minutes included in the commissioner's packet and discussed here today, subject to any necessary corrections for typographical errors or other non-material matters. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Brien. Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
I abstain.
And I am yes, 3-1 abstention. Okay, we are now going to move on to item number 3. And for that, we're going to go through the upcoming meeting schedule. We have dates, obviously today we're having an agenda setting. We have a public meeting that was moved to April 30th that we will discuss here in a minute. May 1st agenda setting, May 9th public meeting. We have meetings on May 14th, 15th, 23rd, 29th, and June 3rd scheduled. The only thing I want to note here is that I know that we're trying to get some time for the limiting roundtable. And I know that the sports wagering team is working on that. It looks like it will be a date in May. Didn't know if anybody had any questions, comments, but that's the state of the upcoming meeting schedule. Okay, seeing none, let's move to the April 30th meeting date, please. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Edie Serpa, will you have an administrative update on April 30th?
Yes, I would plan to. Yes.
Okay. I believe that Judy and I will have those July 12th meeting minutes. You can see if Judy's here to confirm, but I will go ahead and hold that for those. Commissioner Hill, will we have a legislative update?
We should by that time. Yes, please.
A lot going on with the legislature, so thank you. Councilor Grossman, do we anticipate any regulations coming forward on the 30th?
Good morning. I don't have anything, Carrie. Nothing on your front.
Nope, no regulations on the 30th.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and strike that, Grace. Sports wagering. Andrew, Crystal.
Yep. So the 30th, we'll have a house rules update from DraftKings.
Okay, we'll get that scheduled in.
Only item on my radar, which I'm not sure you will want on the 30th or not, is the continuation of the discussion related to the 248-044 waivers we had on the last meeting and the actual review of the KYC, but that would need to be an executive session. So I leave it to you guys whether you would prefer that to be a standalone meeting or want to try to get it added onto the 30th to move it as quick as possible.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Commissioner.
I would suggest a standalone meeting for that.
Everyone good with that, commissioners? I think it makes sense. All right, getting thumbs up. Crystal, anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Both of you. Community Affairs Division, I believe Lily's leading that discussion today.
Yep, Joe's out today, so I am playing Joe. So just with the move around and date, we had some long-term scheduled applicant meetings during that time frame. So if possible, we'd like to request going after the lunch break. I know nobody usually volunteers to go down the agenda, but we would love, if possible, to bring those to the commission later in the meeting. Our current meeting is scheduled from 11:20 to 1, so if we could do that after 1 p.m., that would be great.
Thank you, Lily. And you actually prompted me something I forgot in Commissioner Hill. So we would request, if the commissioners are okay with it, an earlier start to that meeting. Commissioner Hill and I have to go up to the Attorney General's office around 11. And so we were going to do that take a break and then reconvene, but still wanted to start early. We may be able to get through a lot of the agenda. Commissioner O'Brien, Commissioner Skinner, Commissioner Hill. Thoughts about starting at 9 on the 30th?
I'm okay with that.
Fine.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, thank you. And then again, we'll have to break. We're going to try to make it pretty quick, but thank you for prompting me and reminding me on that, Lily. Yeah, I think it makes sense to move down the agenda if you need the time at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, and we'll have 10 applications is what we're currently proposing. A lot of them are a little bit larger, so I think Joe has that for 90 minutes. So I think that'll probably still be about what we'll need.
We good with that, commissioners?
Chair, I just have a question, just for planning purposes on my end. What time do you expect to break during that meeting?
We have to be up there at 11, correct, Commissioner Hill? So I would say around 10:30, and then we will return right after that meeting. So hopefully 12:15-ish, we're back in our seats.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. With that said, we'll move on. I don't know if Long or Dr. Andrews or who's doing this, but we have a casino job quality report scheduled.
Yes, that would be me. I actually wanted to take the casino job quality report off of the agenda for the 30th. When the meeting was moved, apparently that date no longer works for the team to present. So I'm working with them to identify a different date that might work for them to present that report.
Okay, taking a note here. All right. What about the MGC participation in a national VSE program that Mark had planned on speaking about?
Yeah, Long, I didn't know if you had more information about that. As far as I know, I think that's still set to go ahead.
Yeah, so hi, good morning, interim chair. So yes, the discussion for the national VSE program will still happen. We're still good to go.
Okay, great. We have a GameSense quarterly update on.
Yeah, and that's also good to go on April 30th.
Okay, Director, thank you. Anything else to add, Dr. Andrews or Long?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Monahan, we have a conversation marked up, a follow-up on the process for sports wagering non-compliance adjudicatory hearings. Is that still right?
I think we can leave that on for the 30th. We do still need to work on scheduling 2x2s in advance of that, as we discussed at the last meeting, but assuming we can get those done, we'll be good for the 30th.
Got it. And Councilor Teresi, we have a promotional bonus regulation to discuss. Is that still going
Yes.
forward?
Yep, we'll be all set to bring this and frame the discussion for the commission on the 30th.
Okay. Now I'll go first to the team. Does Dr. Lightbound, I see your hand up this time. I didn't miss you.
Thank you. I wondered if the commission would be interested in just a brief update on the Plain Ridge opening, either on this meeting or the following one.
I'm good with that. Commissioners? Thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. Sounds good.
And that could be anywhere in the agenda. It doesn't matter where it goes.
Okay, well, we look forward to it. We know that it's kicked off and we're all always excited for this season. So
Thank you.
thank you, Dr. Lightbound, and give our best to all the team that's got it up and going.
Sure will. Thanks.
All right. Anybody have anything else to add to April 30th from the team or the commission? We'll start with the team. Anybody from the team have anything?
I do have one other item, Chairman. Wynn and Caesars have some updates that they are making to their agreement that relates to sports wagering. And 205 CMR 230 requires that amendments to agreements between Cat 1 and Cat 3 operators be approved by the commission. So we would just be bringing that amended agreement to the commission for approval.
Okay. Anything else? I'm seeing nothing. Commissioners, anything that you want to see or hear on the 30th that's not been discussed already? Okay, seeing none, we are going to move on to May 9th. Looks like it's right now pretty thin agenda. There could be some rollover, obviously, right? But Director Serpa, will you plan an administrative update that day? I'm getting a yes from ED Serpa.
Yes, I would do an update if there's a meeting that day for sure.
We'll hold the minutes. Commissioner Hill, would you have a legislative update?
I would keep it on.
All right. Councilor Grossman, I'm assuming we'll keep a placeholder for the regs just in case.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Sports wagering division, it would shock me if we had a public meeting and you did not have something to bring. So
Yeah, we'll have a new event petition. The TGL is a golf league submitted by BetMGM.
got it. Anything else?
Not for me, Crystal. I don't know if you had anything else from the 9th, but I don't think so.
Nope, thank you.
Lily, should we hold some time for the
Would
community?
love for you to hold some time, Chair. We're looking at about 11 applications that day. So if we could block the 90 minutes, that would be great.
All right. So we can move on. Anything else to add that day? I see Chief Lennon.
Hello, quarterly update, third budget quarterly update. It should be very quick. Not tracking any adjustments at this point.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Dr. Andrews.
Hi, I also wanted to add a presentation. We had just done an evaluation of the Game Sense program, Michael Wall at Carleton University in Canada. And I was hoping to add that to the agenda for the 9th, the presentation of the Game Sense evaluation.
Okay. Commissioners, we good with adding that? All right. Anybody else? I'm really bad at reading hands, by the way, so please just come off mute if you need to. All right. Let's talk about the next meeting date, which is May 23rd, much of the same. I have blocked off for ED Serpa an administrative update. I'm getting a yes from him.
Yep, definitely.
We're going to hold minutes, and I did get a text from Judy. We'll hold those. Commissioner Hill, May 23rd, there could be some news on the legislative front, right?
Indeed.
All right. Councilor Grossman will hold the regulations.
Sounds good.
Lily, I know the answer, but
Luckily that day we will be looking at closer to 7 applications. I would like to hold the 90 minutes in case there are any applications that come before the commission that we need to bring back after more deliberation.
and I see Mary, by the way. Sorry, I missed you, Mary. After you.
That's all right. We also need to, we would like to schedule the quarterly reports for the licensees on the 23rd.
Okay.
Well, the only issue is that the independent monitor is scheduled for the 23rd too, and that is maybe substantial. So you might be looking at 90 minutes plus. So just keep that in mind in terms of how many quarterlies get on that day as well.
Okay, so what do you suggest? Do you want us to try and schedule one quarterly report and then maybe do two of the following meeting?
Well, I'm wondering now, where's the time?
Yeah.
I know we dropped some stuff. So where's our estimated time now? That probably drives how many to put on the 23rd.
I think it's about a half hour each licensee.
I mean, how many, what do we
Oh.
have so far with what's on the agenda?
We have a pretty light agenda that day, Commissioner O'Brien. I mean, I'm looking at it.
So we have 3 hours estimated between community mitigation and independent monitor, right?
Yes,
Yes.
3 hours so far.
Right.
So majority of that meeting would be community affairs, and the independent monitor is what it looks like to me right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't put any more than 2 on to be safe. And we can hopefully get more clarity on the time estimate from the independent monitor before that. That would be my take on it.
All right.
Commissioner O'Brien, do you
All right, that
have
sounds
a
good.
scheduled time for the independent monitor that you're looking at?
No, we have to coordinate with them. They, we had given them the cadence of the meetings. This was the one that they think they can work back from. They normally give a report 2 weeks prior to us.
Mhm.
And so I still have to circle back and figure out if they're still on the cadence. Last I talked to them, they were. And then they have not indicated they need a time lock. So if you guys have something in particular.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit easier on our end to schedule with the licensees and giving them sort of a closer to a regular time. So happy to, if we could, take them maybe before the grants, since that could kind of be a little bit more flippy, technical term. So maybe if we can put them earlier and we can see if 2 can come in at that time.
Yeah. It's usually, I like to get them out of the way too, just in case A, we have questions, or B, being outside parties, as you know, same thing. It's easier to have them have a set time.
Great.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, we've covered the independent monitor. Anything you wanted to add to that, Commissioner O'Brien?
Nope, just, I think everybody remembers, but like I said, we usually get it at least 2 weeks prior. If they can't, that's when they usually come in and say they need to bump it a little bit. But like I said, my last communication with them was that the 23rd still looked like it was going to work.
Perfect. Anything to add to the 23rd from the team? It may be timely that day. Anything from the commissioners that we want to add? I understand we may pull stuff up from the under review. All right, we'll move on and go to under review. The ILEV review process.
We'll keep under review.
Yep.
All right, Commissioner O'Brien, the Compliance Committee.
Still under review.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Skinner, the HCA compliance update.
Yeah, you can keep that under review, please.
Okay. East of Broadway, Mary, Lily.
That's under review. Yep, we can keep it on there.
All right. The multifactorial authentication regulation. It looks like an Ohio example. I know that was Commissioner O'Brien and Carrie had talked about it. Was it ready? We talked about it maybe potentially being ready soon, so I didn't know.
Yeah, sorry, Commissioner O'Brien, did you want? I was just gonna say, if we could keep that under review for now. I think that we had envisioned bringing this after you sort of get through those review of alternate methods for the operators that are currently not using the identity authentication questions. Then this would sort of come to determine whether you want to require MFA or not.
Very timely, that discussion. So thank you both for that. Commissioner O'Brien, Commissioner Hill, we have a DPH report on equity pillars and problem gambling that was added.
believe it's still under review, if I'm not mistaken, Commissioner Hill, right? We still have to have our meeting with them.
Yes.
All right. Long, an evaluation of the Game Sense program.
Yeah, Bonnie, Dr. Andrews, and Mark will present that on May 9th. So,
Okay. All right. We'll add Dr. Andrews too to the MGC representative column. All right. We also have a gambling advertising report.
Yep, we can leave that under review.
Okay. Discussion of procurement thresholds. I know that was a conversation, Brad, Commissioner Hill and Chief Lennon.
So this is all about delegated authority. We did the procurement presentation, and it's up to the commission when they'd like to come back and have that discussion about what level they would like to have. It's not an emergency. We've been operating this way for 9 or 10 years. However, that being said, it is something we've identified that we should clean up.
So commissioners, with that said, and looking at the May dates and knowing that we're also going to have the roundtable, is that something you want to push to early summer or move it up the chain? It's up to you.
Let's keep it under review for now.
We good with that, commissioners? All right. Director O'Brien, we have a PPC beverage license renewal.
I'm not sure if Kara's on today, but we are working with Grace to get that adjudicatory hearing scheduled. So that is in progress. It'll be a standalone adjudicatory hearing. So it probably doesn't need to be on under review here.
And you were thinking kind of June.
Early June. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Grace, we can remove that too. So that's going to be scheduled.
Sorry, Chair Maynard. It'll still need to come on the agenda though, once those adjudicatory hearings are complete to actually vote on the beverage license. Is that right? Am I understanding that right, Caitlin?
If it's an adjudicatory hearing, the decision would be issued through, there'd be deliberations and then a decision. I'm not sure that a separate vote in a meeting would be needed. I can double check with Kara on that. And if it's needed, obviously we can bring it back to you and get it on the schedule.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sounds good. Commissioner O'Brien, you added a few topics to this under review. Briefing on waivers for technical compliance with 205 CMR 257.
Yeah, so I would ask sports wagering and legal if they could look at when the current waivers expire and then come up with, in their conversations with the licensees, how we can work back from that to get an interim technical update on where they stand before we're potentially looking at another waiver request. And I want to say it was like August or July, end of July is where they currently expire.
Okay, sports wagering.
That.
Nothing to add.
Okay, but we'll be able to get those in front of the commissioners, correct?
Yeah. No problem.
All right. Commissioner O'Brien, we good?
Yep.
All right. Discussion of AI as a responsible gaming tool. You added that, and it looks like Mark had talked to me about it too.
Yeah, I know he's week, so.
Yeah, so I know that this is something I think all the commissioners are going to be very interested in. It's just a super cool topic. So I guess we can wait. I don't know if Dr. Andrews or Long knows where he was on that issue. We'll leave it under review. Does that sound good?
Yeah. We just talk to him when he comes back next week.
Yeah. And then finally, we have the MGC license seal of approval. I know that was being worked up the reg process to put before the commissioners, right?
We don't need a reg. The reg already allows us to. So this is literally design phase. We're working on that.
So we're actually going to be looking at the mock-up. So we thank everyone who's working on that. Team, do we have anything to add to under review? Looking around. Okay, commissioners, anything we want to add to under review?
I have something, it's actually been dropped for some reason. We have the licensee, the casino licensee diversity audit. That's going to be coming before the commission soon. I don't think Chief Muldrew or Beniswa is on, so I don't want to speak to timeframes, but we do need to just put that back under review so that we don't lose track of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get that back under review. Not sure how that dropped off. Just also as a note, when I'm looking at the under review, the top right corner says MCG representative. We probably need to fix that to MGC representative. Something I just noticed. Okay. With that said, anything else to add to under review? All right. Any commissioner updates? Yeah, see none. Any other business we didn't think about? Or reasonably anticipate is the legal term. Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Brien. Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
And I am yes. Thank you and have a great Wednesday.